Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me for Chronicles in Collecting, where we are going to open up the DX Chogokin VF-31FJ Siegfried Hayate Immelman use custom Fauld projection unit equipment from Macross Delta. Macross Delta is a 26-episode anime series that ran from April to September of 2016 and had 3 movies. This figure is directly from the 2021 movie Macross Delta the Movie Absolute Live. This figure came out in October 2021 and retailed for 23,100 yen, or about $200 US. Let's get to it. So the DX Chogokin figures are one of the hardest ones to get at MSRP, at least amongst the figure lines that I collect. So basically, they sell out a few on the Japanese sites, and due to various licensing issues up until the middle of this year, pretty much could not get them on any of the US sites, so you're pretty much out of luck. So this one in particular, I don't know if I was like chomping at the bit to get it, but I didn't get it when it was originally out, and then I just, signed up for tell me if it's in stock or whatever, and randomly I happened to be sitting at my computer at the exact perfect right time, and, was able to get one. Did I really need this figure? Did I really want this figure? Probably not, but I'm a simple man. I see DX Chogokin at MSRP, I buy DX Chogokin. Start taking a look at this figure here. So this is actually for Macross Delta, which is the only Macross that I have not seen. And this particularly is from the movie that came out this year. So yeah, pretty nice figure. Similar to the other Macross figure, it's got 3 forms. It's got the jet form, it's got the medium form, which is the Gerwalk form, and then it's got kind of the more traditional mobile suit form. So you kind of see some accessories here. It's got these knives, it's got some people you could put in the cockpit, kind of all the hands that you would want. I don't think we need to necessarily go through all of these. And this one doesn't really have too much extra stuff here. It's just got a generic stand, the same one that we saw with the last Valkyrie that I took a look at. And then I think what's supposed to be special about this one is this portion over here, which is some sort of light projection module, which hopefully I'll figure out how to use. Alright, so I'll put this guy on the rotating stand, and then I'll probably do the Gerwalk mode, put that on the rotating stand, and then kind of end up at the mobile suit mode, but see how long that takes. Alright, and we are back. So I kind of knew what I was getting into with this DX Chogokin versus the last one I did. I wouldn't say that I enjoyed transforming the DX Chogokin. This took a few hours between the various different modes, but I guess it wasn't super frustrating. The booklet is not very helpful. I had what I did in fast speed, but there are some other videos out there of people kind of transforming it, which is probably going to be a better move than trying to understand. Maybe if you speak Japanese, there's better stuff in the booklet. As far as the figure goes, I think it's a nice figure. It's got nice markings. I'm pretty sure there was a 31J that came out at some point, maybe a few years ago. This is pretty much the exact same thing. I don't have the original one right next to me. The main difference is this Fauld projection unit on the top. The old one just came with this, which also came with the new one as well. I chose not to display it because I think it kind of looks sort of lame, but I'm sure it probably has some significance from the show. Like I said, I've watched all of Macross except for Delta, so hopefully I'll watch that later this year. I think there's also kind of a few flare of color over here that's a little pinkish area. I don't think that one's on the original. This one was in the Delta movie that came out last year, so I'm sure that, obviously had to make a few changes so they could sell a new figure. Transforming it's sort of annoying. I think there's maybe a little chip or ding here. I'd recommend taking this thing off while you're transforming it. I kind of scuffed up one of the wings. But you know, other than that, I think it's a nice figure. It's really hard to get any of these at MSRP. You know, I think a lot of the Valkyries kind of look the same. You know, there's a bunch that I would like to get. I don't really know how many, you know, you would need on your shelf, but you could certainly do worse than this figure. I think the Fauld projection unit is sort of a unique accessory. Anyway, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you'd enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate a like or subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy it, tell me about it in the comments. If there's something else you'd like to see, a figure you want to see me open, a comparison, something else about this figure, tell me about it. I'll see what I could do. I normally do figure reviews on Wednesdays, and that's typically focusing on newer figures, you know, something that just came out or something that's just, you know, a few months old. And then Fridays, I've been doing kind of older figures as I've been catching up on some of my backlog of Robot Spirits and Soul Chogokin. And please join me for next week's video, where I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to be opening up yet, but I'm sure it's going to be awesome, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Thanks so much, and keep collecting.